Okay. Okay, so welcome, 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 or hello, hello, hello. I am Dr. Donny. We have 3 minutes till class starts, so just make yourself at home. I'm taking 2 minutes to look up a hair dryer. I'm, I'm buying a new hair dryer. I'm getting my life together. I bought a new flat iron recently, which I'm very, very happy about. So I'm just looking up hair dryers to buy. So just give me 2 minutes and then we'll get started at 5 o'clock. Let's say, just so you know this information beforehand, but everything is being recorded because I will be putting this up on YouTube. So it's your decisions to do what you would like to do or not about your microphone and video.
Yeah, hi. I feel kind of awkward just saying nothing. Oh, hi.
Well, that's all right. That's all right. And you're welcome to feel however you feel. We're going to start class in 1 minute. So I promise you, if you want to have a conversation, you can have a conversation in 1 minute. If you all knew how important this hair care journey was for me, I could tell you what a story I could tell you about my hair. Oh my God. I mean, I guess a brush is a brush is a brush, really. It's just some of these brushes are like 20 bucks and some of these brushes are like 40, you know? Like I'm not sure what's the real difference, you know? Should I spend the money and get the $40 brush? Maybe I should sit on this for a bit.
I've never seen a $40 brush. I don't think.
They're all what do you call them? Hair dryer brushes.
Oh.
It's a blow dryer and a brush all in one, you know?
Like a curler?
Yeah, basically.
Gotcha.
But some of them are like 20 and some are like 40. So it's like, whew.
Yeah, there's always a high and low for like everything, it seems.
A real range, yeah. All right, it's 5 o'clock. Now here we go. So hey there. Welcome.
Hello.
Hi. So
Hi. I haven't attended, sorry, any of your meetings before, but I was curious and kind of want to pop in. But yeah.
Wonderful. Well, first and foremost, let me ask, how are you feeling?
I'm great. Yeah. How about you?
Yeah. Well, I'm feeling all sorts of things right now. So I'm just gonna ask, since you said great, can you expand on great? Can you give me more words than just great? Anything else?
Yeah, definitely. I think the feeling comes from, curiosity and just the feeling of kind of excitement of learning new things and stuff like that. And then also there's excitement of meeting new people and always like talking and everything. So I think for me, like social stuff brings excitement and that equals greatness.
Or nervousness?
Yeah, at times.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. And how am I doing? To be honest with you, last week was rough as all get out. My family is right next to the line of where the hurricane was passing in Louisiana. And so I had about a day of thinking my family might not be around anymore. And so that was rough. That was a rough one.
That's hard.
Yeah. So
Have
I'm
you been in
thankful.
contact with them at least?
Well, so that's the other part of it, which is they're not in my life anymore either. So it's this balance of I want to reach out, but I don't want to reach out. I wish them well.
Right. Those tricky
I don't want to be
situations.
connected. Yeah, it's a really tricky situation there. So I've had to wade through all these weird feelings, feeling this stuff, but not wanting to dig into it. Feeling this stuff, but it's not happening to me. Vicarious like trauma. This brought up all sorts of feelings of Hurricane Katrina all over again for me.
Yeah, it's scary, but at least you're here smiling.
Yes, and I'm going to use this as an opportunity to do the work what we're going to do today. This is going to be the thing I'm going to focus on today. That's what I need for my feelings. So what I'm showing everyone today is a method for getting in touch with your thoughts and feelings. Now we've been doing this. There's 4 classes, so this is the final class. So this is the wrap up where we put it all together. So this is going to be how do I put this? This is actually the midterm I offer my students in my own class. So you're going to take a midterm today.
That's good. I think, yeah, I'm prepared. I do have a bachelor's in psychology. I'm trying to get master's soon. And then, yeah, I think, yeah. So I have some background with stuff.
Wonderful. Okay. So it's going to be really easy going. I'm going to just guide us through the process. All you got to do is relax and breathe. If you have a background in that stuff, you will totally see where all this is coming from. So that will be really insightful. So that's really great. And it's going to be very much a meditation session. Okay, so that's why I'm kind of checking in with everyone now, because most of the next 2 hours is going to be you going into your own journey, your own experience. Okay. So hey, other wonderful people, and you're welcome to talk or not talk. Like I said, this is being recorded. And you're welcome to use the chat feature if you like to as well, whatever makes you feel comfortable. But feel free to check in and tell me how you feel. Feel free to tell me how you feel. Hey, while you all doing that, let me pull up the stuff. Let me pull up the information. And hey, if you're in a space where you don't really want to tell somebody how you feel, that's okay too. That's a feeling. So fully honor that. Fully honor that. Whatever you feel is right for you, okay? This is all about digging into your feelings. So, yeah, just honor whatever comes up for you in this moment, okay? Yep. And I'm trying to, the thing we need is right there. Is that it? I think this is it. Can't see it underneath this word screen sharing. Oh. Okay, hold on.
All right.
Okay, so actually, why don't we just go ahead and get started? Because I'm going to say a bunch of stuff, but this is all about your this is all about your well-being. Okay, if you showed up here, because you really would benefit from this. You really wanted to dig into your feelings today. Okay. Boink. Oh, that isn't it either. Okay. Maybe this is it. Okay, so just checking on your breath. Checking on your breath. Oh, actually, this isn't it either. Maybe I should okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna hit the stop button. I'm going to go and actually pull it up. So that way I know it's here and I don't have to guess anymore. Here we go. Okay, so just check in with your breath. What does your breath feel like in this moment? Were you breathing before this moment? Is your breath deep or shallow? In the chest, in the belly? Let's bring some mindfulness to our breath. We're going to tap into 3 key areas first before we launch into anything. Okay, the first one's the breath. Actually, the first thing's just the breath. The first one is the mind. Check in with your mind. How's your mind feeling in this moment? Just notice. No judgment, just notice. You might have things popping around like crazy. You might have specific thoughts, bodily sensations arising in your mind, images that show up in your mind. Just notice. We spend a lot of time living in our minds, we really do. Okay, next, check in with your heart. Check in with your heart. If it helps at all, you can put your hand on your heart too. What happens when you focus your conscious awareness on your heart? Like I said, we often spend our time in our brain. So what happens when all that energy shifts downward into your heart? Just notice. Okay, and finally, notice your gut, your stomach. If it helps, put your hand on your stomach. And just sit there for a bit and listen to your gut. Your gut is where we learn all sorts of things around safety and fear, primal emotions. Okay, let's just sit with the gut for a bit. Okay, so as you can see in our table of contents, over the course of this class, we went through a lot of material. Week 1, we talked about what is self-care and came up with some basic ideas about how to take care of ourselves. Oh, hey, by the way, if you would like, I can share this with everybody real quick. So that way, if you would like to have access to this, in case you don't have it already, I'll post this in the chat window. Here you go. Okay. Okay, so we talked about self-care. We led an intro into how to meditate, in case you never did that before. We had a great exercise on how to tell yourself the truth. And then we did some exercises on healing from trauma, which hopefully you practice, so you can do that anytime you'd like in your own practice in life. Then we had a week where we directly talked about emotions. We had a list of emotions to pick from that helped us with our feelings. That's why I was asking people to explain how they feel. Okay, and then we had an exercise on self-love, which we're going to do also today. And then we did a Byron Katie Judge Your Neighbor worksheet, which is all about taking thoughts and turning them around. Which is also what we're going to do today. Then last week we did an emotional Vipassana where we focused specifically on meditating on emotions. And we did a body scan, which is focusing on emotions and body sensations throughout our body. Okay, so today we are putting all of this together into an exercise I call the ego killer. And the beautiful thing about putting all of it together is that way, if you decide you're having some real problems in life, you have a process that no matter how difficult what you're feeling is, you can pull from parts of this or do the whole thing to really clear out what's going on in your life, okay? I'm so happy about this exercise. I just could not praise it enough. Okay, so I created this exercise. It combines all of them together. It works well, so I'm calling it the ego killer, but don't worry, it's more of an ego corrector or a stress reliever. It does work well, however, so please take much self-care both during and after this exercise. Okay, so the rest of the class is us doing this wonderful exercise, so please practice good self-care. Number 1 is we're gonna do a Judge Your Neighbor worksheet. So I have a Judge Your Neighbor worksheet I wrote a few days ago that I know I haven't fully completed, so I'm gonna work on that. I'm gonna guide us through a worksheet so you can have one for yourself as well. So let's just do this. If you have one on hand, you can write it down. This is the one part of the class you should write this down, though. Don't just keep this in your mind. Actually write this down on an actual worksheet, or pull it up on a computer, get a notepad, pull up a notepad file on your computer or on your phone. Actually write this part down. Let's see. I had a heavy week last week, so I have some good examples here. Yeah. here we go. Okay, so now I'm going to write my example down just because I want you to, I like transparency, and I think it's a really great way to help us all learn. So by putting my shit out there. so I'm going to write these down, but obviously you work on yours and what way works for you, okay? But let your mind, okay, go back inside, stay inside. This is as far as me talking, this is me setting things up, but you just stay inside in your inner space, okay? You can have a whole 2-hour meditation here, okay? But scan your mind, go back into your mind again, and, think of something about the world, something about you or the world. Feel free to do this on you. That's bugging you. Problems, confuses, saddens, frustrates, hurts you. A problem, a pain, a problem. Anything. You may have lots of things that pop up in your mind. So, what one would you like to work on today? If you can only work on one at a time, which one would you want to work on today? What's something bugging you? When your inner body settles in on one thing, something you can write down into one sentence, write it down here. And I just want to say the point is to get out the feeling and why. So, it might be Joan doesn't listen to me, and that makes me angry. Or Joan doesn't listen because she's stupid. That makes me angry. Okay, you might have it's okay if it doesn't come out like I am angry with Joan because she doesn't listen. It might come out a little differently. The main idea there is to get at the emotion and the why. Okay. So just let yourself settle in on something. When it comes up, write it down. I might just write a new one right now. I think I might just do that. Let's see, one that's built off this so I can get all of the little nooks and crannies accomplished here. Okay, let's see. I'm tired with ignorant people. Let's go with that. Because people would rather judge and discriminate against others instead of grow and learn and change. That's what I'm going to work on today, okay? That's where I'm at. So just stay wherever you're at, work on your problem, stay anchored in your problem. I'm not actually going to discuss this when we do the turnarounds and all. We're going to do it in a silent way. So just focus on your problem, okay? I just want to be transparent about what I'm dealing with because it's real. Okay, so just stay anchored in whatever your concern is, whatever that thing that bugs you, stay anchored in it. Images might run through your mind, sensations may come up in your body. Just stay anchored in what's coming up for you, okay? And go on to number 2. How do you want them to change? What do you want them to do? You know, this is going to come out however it comes out for you, but I just want to say, ideally, you want to aim with one sentence, maybe two sentences. Some of these things you might feel yourself writing a whole novella, and that's fine. But just recognize when we write out a whole novella, we're usually doing that for our feelings, really. So if you could just, if it helps, just sit with the feelings for a bit and let it kind of crystallize up to a sentence or two that might help you, you know? Just want to offer that. And there's a whole worksheet also, so you know, it might come out on number 2, and if you can just, you know, you want to move it to number 4, that's okay. That's totally fine also. So the real important point though is to honor what you feel. Honor what you feel. No BSing things. Okay, stay anchored in your situation. Move on to number 3. What's the advice you have for them? I said all that stuff I just said so I wouldn't just rattle off a million things of advice, actually. I was trying to give myself some patience. Because I have a bunch of advice for ignorant people. Oh my God. Not be racist, sexist, kind. World. Stinky. Who make life. 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 And keep on going. Just keep on going. Use the energy you feel and just keep on going. Just write it all through. You know, number 4 is a really important one because it's about what do you need to be happy? You know, to take this all the way from pissed to happy. What do you need? You know, you had the magic wand. Learn some shit. Go the fuck away. I need them to. To self-select or annihilation. So I don't deal with any stuff like racism when the literal planet is on fire. Petty stuff, petty stuff, petty stuff, petty stuff, petty stuff. So moving on to number 5, what do I think of them? Make a list. It's okay to be petty and judgmental. Well, I think they're petty. I think they're lame. They're ignorant. I think they're mean. I think they're unhelpful. Short-sighted. Oh boy. There you go. Short-sighted. What do I think? Limited. They are worthless. Worthless scum. Let's get petty. They are bags of hot, worthless air. Worthless air. A waste of my good time and space and energy. A waste of my beautiful good time, space, and energy. Yeah, a waste of my beautiful self. My good time, space, and energy. Okay, how do I feel? That is how I feel. That's how I feel. So I'm gonna honor how I feel on this page. Probably wouldn't say all those things to somebody's face, you know? And that's why we're doing this on a piece of paper. Like Byron Katie says, all war belongs on paper, okay? I've been fighting the war against ignorance for a long time. I'm an educator. I have a PhD and 3 master's degrees, okay? It's time to fight. It's time to end the war, okay? So here we go. So that leads us to number 6. What is it about this person and situation you don't ever want to experience again? What is it you don't ever want to experience again? Stay anchored in your feelings. Stay anchored in them. Whatever you wrote down for you, stay anchored in that. It's a 2-hour meditation here, okay? So stay anchored. It's time to end the war. What is it I don't ever want to experience again? Feeling so helpless when I have all the tools, but someone won't take them or listen. Anything else I feel? Take them or listen, so things keep getting worse. Yeah, okay, here we go. So when you get to number 6, you fill out and you're finished with number 6, identify one feeling that's part of this person or situation you don't ever want to experience again. Okay, now it might be actually written down there, or it may not be. And then for what it's worth, look over the whole worksheet. Maybe see if there's any one feeling in particular you know you got a hard time with. Let's see. What comes up for me is the feeling of don't want to change, don't want to change, don't want to change. So if you have a piece of paper, write down whatever that feeling is. Write it down somewhere, like at the top of the paper if you can. I'm going to put mine here. So what actually comes up for me is 2 feelings, is helpless, and don't want to change. Okay, so I'm just going to repeat that. When you get through your worksheet, look over and see if there is any feeling in particular that comes up as something you know you're having a hard time with. Okay, that feeling itself might emerge in question 6. It might not. So just look it over and see if anything shows up. And it might be one feeling or it might be 2. Although I would say if two things show up, if you can merge them into one, I'd go for that. Like, for example here, helpless and don't want to change. Really kind of implies something like helpless against people who don't want to change, which is kind of one big feeling right there. Big feeling of helplessness. That's really it right there. Okay, so when we do the next part of this, that's what I'm going to anchor into. Okay, so the beautiful thing about this worksheet is that you got to write out your feelings, basic stuff, you know, stuff that's going on with you. No, nothing you didn't already know, right? At the very bottom, you get to identify really the crux of feeling, a crux of what's really going on, okay? Okay. So the next part of this exercise is we're going to go and take that feeling and apply it to our, oh wait, I just said number 2 here, right? Identify the emotions that came up as difficult. Okay, now we're on to number 3. Using these emotions, we're going to do the emotional Vipassana exercise. Feel it through with the body scan, then find the opposite emotion of the body scan and that one too. Okay, so let's do that. Let's do that. Take your emotion, whatever it is you picked. Okay. What does it feel like? Because you know, you didn't want to experience that feeling. So we're in a safe space now to experience that feeling. And you know, if you need something to help you stay in that safe space, like a teddy bear or something, feel free. Feel free. Hey, look, I have a baguette over here. I have a baguette pillow over here. I'm sitting on an egg pillow, actually. So I thought it was the cutest thing ever to have food in bed. So I kept I kept a bunch of food pillows, okay? So whatever you need to feel comfortable. And hey, you know what? I'm grabbing a pillow, but whatever that is for you, that it might mean at this point we've written down the stuff. So the rest of it's a meditation. So that might mean, hey, make a drink or lay down or you know, make yourself comfortable. That's the point I'm trying to make here. Okay, we got to get in touch with our feelings. Okay. 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 So this feeling you listed. Allow yourself to just feel this feeling in the safe space. My feeling was helpless. So let's see. If it helps, you know, we might need to bring the feeling up a little bit. Imagine a situation where you would feel this feeling. You know, anchor yourself in a story where it's happening. Thing you are concerned about happens, and then the feeling comes up. Scan your whole body when this feeling comes up. Scan your head. Any thoughts, feelings, body sensations in your head, images. Oh. Scan your heart. Actually, whatever you're feeling, just sink into it. Sink into these feelings. Step by step, like you're easing into a jacuzzi. Slow down your breathing if possible. Slow down to stillness. Sink in and let go. And if this is too hard, you know, you can always use your trauma exercises. You can do some tapping, focus back on the breath. You don't have to close your eyes if you don't want to. But how comfortable can you help yourself through this feeling? Sink in and let go. Are you willing to drop these defenses? Let yourself feel what your body is trying to tell you. Let it flow into your heart. Let it flow into your heart. You know, I had a weird thing that just came into my mind just now. I guess it's not weird, but you know, anytime I've actually felt helpless was just another way of saying I wanted love. I mean, if you think about it, really what it is. You know, as an adult, you know, helpless is a scary feeling, but underneath it all, really, it's just this desire to be loved, to be nurtured. And let's let it sink even deeper into your gut. Listen to your gut. Listen to your gut. And then allow that feeling to flow into the big muscles of your legs and thighs. Let it bubble up your legs. Let it bubble up your torso, bubble up your head, your whole body. Let the feeling get really big and push it away. Push it away. Woo! In its place where we felt those things, may we feel peace and love. Respect, peace, and love. Whew. Okay. So now let's try the opposite feeling. Take whatever that feeling was. Take whatever that feeling was and ask yourself, what is the opposite feeling? Now my feeling was helpless against people who don't want to change. So let's see, what would the opposite of that be? Empowered. Empowered against people who don't want to change. Now let me see, let me sit with it for a bit. Helpless against people. Anchor myself in the situation. Empowered whether people change or not. Okay, there we go. Empowered whether people change or not. Okay, let yourself feel that. So whatever your opposite was, let yourself feel that feeling. Empowered whether people change or not. That's mine. And let yourself feel it. It helps imagine a situation where that feeling would arise. Imagine, play the scene out in your mind. And then instead of the negative thing, imagine the positive thing happening. Well, for me, that's this, empowered. And just imagine it. Let yourself feel it. Scan your body. Scan your head. See the images, the thoughts, any body sensations in your head. If possible, slow it down to stillness. Sink in, like you're settling into a jacuzzi. Sink in. And let go. Drop those defenses. Drop the soap. Drop your guard. Drop the armor. Let all these feelings cascade down or drip down into your heart. Into your heart. The mind does not process feelings well. Our heart processes feelings. We don't need all that thought to process feelings. We can just let them fall into our heart. Let it flow even further down into your gut. Listen to your gut. Let that feeling just flow into the big muscles of your legs, the big muscles in your hips, your behind. And just let it flow down into your legs and bubble up, bubble up, bubble up your legs, bubble up your torso, bubble up your whole body, your head, bubble up, let it get real big and push it away. And in its place, may these spaces we felt this feeling be filled with respect, peace, and love. Okay, let's just say some affirmations for going through all that emotional journey. Change these words as you need to change them for you. But I love myself. I love myself whether I feel helpless or whether I feel I'm empowered and people will never change. I have every right to feel the way I feel about feeling helpless. I have every right to feel the way I feel about feeling empowered. Anyone who went through what I went through would feel that way. I'm listening to my feelings of empowerment and helplessness because these feelings are important to me. You can keep this real simple, you got you, boo. Thank you so much for opening up about these feelings. I want you to know you matter. You know, we may struggle with Black Lives Matter, but I can guarantee that I matter all the time. My feelings matter all the time to me. I may not fully understand how I feel about my feelings of helplessness or empowerment, and I don't need to. I can give them time and space and rest. Just so you know, these phrases I'm using all come from earlier in our class. They're all up here. I don't need anyone's approval to be okay with how I feel about these feelings of helplessness. And my personal favorite is I let go of helplessness. I let go of empowerment. I let go of everything because love is letting go. Okay, so that's part of it. Just pause and feel for a second while I read some more directions. We're going to take that worksheet and go a little deeper. Those validation statements. Oh. Okay, so now that we did number 3, we're on number 4. Number 4 is run your emotion through the hate-love range of the self-love acceptance validation exercise. Be sure to use neutral to examine each of the 5 frustrations. Okay, so that's the next part of this, is to take this feeling that's bugging us and to run it through from hate all the way up to love. Okay, we'll do this scale here. So let's take this thing, this feeling, and anchor it back into the problem in the worksheet there. So for me, that was helpless against people who won't change. But go back to that original thing you wrote. That thing you wrote down that you were struggling with in this worksheet. And see if you can give yourself 3 reasons why you hate it. No BS, 3 reasons why you hate it. And, you know, I'll do mine out loud just for my own personal health and happiness here. You know, I hate feeling helpless against people who won't change because they won't listen to me. I hate that I can have all this information and it won't lead to like my life changing. I can't make things better. I hate how unheard I feel. Next is can't accept. What is it about this thing you picked that you can't accept? I can't accept how frustrated I get. I'm trying to explain things to people who won't change. I can't accept how debilitating helplessness feels. I can't accept not finding a quick solution or some kind of permanent, fixable, absolutely workable solution. Okay, next up is don't understand. And hey, you know, I just want to say, you know, you might have noticed in this process, it's very systematized. So that way, you know, our feelings can move us in all sorts of directions. So you can always anchor yourself, put a pin in this process and know where you are so you can come back and revisit it. That's the idea behind it. It's an anchor, right? That's the beauty of it. Yeah, so don't understand. What is it about this thing you picked you don't understand? I don't understand why people aren't more open to new ideas and open to science and open to taking advice. I don't understand how to let it go if they won't listen to me and I fear that I'm going to get harmed in the process. Ugh. I don't understand how to be okay with that. I don't understand how to fight them. I don't understand how to make change happen in these situations. Okay, next is don't know. This thing you picked, what is it? Can you say you don't know? I don't know why I get so irritated about this. I don't know why I can't let it go already. I don't know how to avoid these people. I don't know how to make all this frustration go away. Okay, when we get halfway up the scale, we have a neutral moment. So to practice what neutral feels like in our brains, take the scene of what's bugging you, picture a scene in your mind, what's bugging you. I see people with no mask on. They're making fun of me for wearing a mask. This actually happened earlier this week. I anchor myself in that situation and then pick something that has no meaning to you, like a blade of grass in the background, a crack in the sidewalk, something that just would have no meaning whatsoever for you in that scene. And anchor into that for a moment so you can feel what neutral feels like. And so they're pointing at me and making a joke because I'm wearing a mask and they're not. And I can see like maybe a Nike swoosh on his sneakers. I didn't care about his sneakers whatsoever. I'm just noticing the swoosh. Okay. I can judge that guy for pointing at me, but I'm not judging the swoosh. Okay. And if you are someone who would have judged the swoosh, then don't pick the swoosh. Pick something that has no meaning for you. Okay. His socks also. He had maybe in my mind, I see him with ankle socks, white ankle socks. Okay. I don't care about these ankle socks. Anchor into the ankle socks for just a moment so you can experience what no thought feels like. And this is a good time to start examining what assumptions and expectations are you making about this situation? Assumptions, expectations. Well, I assume people don't change, but actually I have demonstrated proof of people changing in my life. They didn't change at the speed I wanted them to change for sure, but they absolutely did change. I have people who come up to me and they say 20 years ago, you said this, and I thought about it over the years, and over time I did this, and I realized you were right. That happens to me lots of times. Well, people do change. People do listen. They just don't do it at the speed I want it. Nowhere near the speed I want it. Okay, well, that's an expectation. Assumptions and expectations. My expectations are way off around people and changing. Another category, I'll just name them all: assumptions, expectations, preferences and requirements, beliefs and judgments, and our attempts to control and manipulate others. You know, any preferences and requirements in the situation? I'm kind of requiring everybody to smarten the fuck up, and that's just not going to happen. I expect everybody to be on my level of what I think educated is, and that means awareness of climate change and issues around minorities, various minority groups, and it does not mean other things. I don't care much about cars, but there's people who have extensive knowledge about cars. Everybody's got a different set of knowledge. We all got to learn things at certain times. You can't just assume everybody should know things. I mean, well, you can assume it. It's just it would be an assumption instead of reality. You know, I try to control reality all the time by assuming what people should know, by judging people's competencies or incompetencies. I do that to make myself feel in control, to feel safe. When people say things that I don't agree with them, people say something racist in my presence, I always make a concentrated effort to try and like educate them. And I'm glad I'm a person who does that. And I can also acknowledge how incredibly frustrating and tiring that is. I mean, I could also say maybe even disrespectful, because you get to have whatever worldview you want. And if you want to be a racist, that's your business. I mean, I chose a different path. You chose whatever path works for you. I'm choosing what path works for me. You're not trying to tell me how to change. So why am I trying to tell you how to change? That's really just me wasting my energy on you. Everybody's got to figure things out in their own way, on their own time. It makes me feel a little sad, but I suppose it's true, so I'm sitting with it. There's a lot of let go in that. A lot of let go. Okay, so working our way up the scale, continuing. The next one is no, recognize. What is it about this situation? Can you say you now know or recognize? Well, I know my expectations are way off about how people can change. I know even my ability to change didn't happen that easily or quickly. I know that with change comes with education and time. Have to give things time. And I know that I have no control over when other people make change. I understand. Next is understand or acknowledge. I acknowledge that people don't change until they want to, not when I want them to. I understand that my patience around other people changing is short, especially around issues of discrimination, systemic inequality, structural inequality, difference. I'm very sensitive to people not changing and being more inclusive about different kinds of people. And especially when that difference is about race, sexual orientation, gender, the things that are very specific and personal to me. Okay, accept. Next is accept. We can also toss in respect as well. Anything you accept or respect. Well, I respect that I've been trying to control other people with my judgment. I definitely, I can honor that. I respect that I've been doing that. And if anyone tried to do that to me, constantly tell me what I should think, I would tell them to go fuck off real quick. I can also respect that whatever feelings or frustration I got coming up about this are not helping the situation. And I can respect that it's my responsibility to deal with these feelings in some healthy way for me. I can also respect that constantly rattling and complaining and going on about how much I don't like certain people is just filling my own inner world with frustration, even when those people are not even there. I haven't run into anybody today, but I'm still feeling all this frustration. And that's not about those people. It's about the thoughts I'm still holding on to about those people. And finally, love. Is there this thing you started off saying you hate? Is there anything about it you can say you love? Anything. Anything. Well, I love that my frustration is giving me a process to get in touch with my positive feelings. It'd be hard to say that I love the fact that I have no control against ignorant people. But I mean, the truth is if I had all the control, I would micromanage everybody. So I'm kind of thankful. I love the fact that I'm not micromanaging the world. I love that. Hmm. Well, I also love that it allows me to focus my energy on taking care of me, enacting my own solutions, living by my own example instead of telling everybody else what to do. I like that too. I love that. I love that. I can embrace that. Oh, okay. Okay. Well, you can give ourselves some, if you want to give yourself some more validation statements, we can. I love myself when I let myself feel through all my feelings. I have every right to feel the feelings I feel. Anyone who's going through what I'm going through would feel that way. I'm listening to these feelings because my feelings are important to me. I don't totally understand why I feel this way, and I don't have to. I can give it time and space and rest. And I let go of whatever I'm feeling because love is letting go. Or we could say, I give these feelings up to the higher power. I give these feelings up to God or the Buddha or Mohammed or all three of them. Okay, so pause and feel. The final part of our exercise is to go back and actually do this worksheet you wrote down in the beginning. Take it full circle. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. I'm going to guide us through that whole process. Before I do that, I just want a little bit more of a pause here. Feeling in a nice space. This feels really nice. You know, if you'd like to get some water or anything, just for a second, a bathroom break, feel free. You know, to be honest with you, I really like to smoke my vape. Would anyone be all right if I popped upstairs for 1 minute and grabbed my vape? Yeah, let's just take 2 minutes. Yeah, right on, right on. Aiden, you are all right. Okay, you are all right. Okay, yeah, just take 2 minutes. Okay, maybe a stretch too. You know, that's a lot of sitting. All this doing stuff online. Mm, you know, you gotta take care of your body. Oh. Mm. I need water. Hey, kitty. You know, feelings are hard. Feelings are hard as hell. And I have all these exercises and they're still hard as hell. And I'm really happy to say I have all these exercises because they really work. They really get down to what's going on and they can really help a lot. But it's just the way of it. Learning how to open up to your feelings is just hard. I mean, we watch little babies do it and they struggle. You know, you have a fully functioning emotional system long before you have a fully functioning body. So so you constantly struggle with your feelings even when you can barely even blink, you know? You can't even poop on your own, but you got all these super complex feelings going on. And then, you know, add on top of that, you know, a solid 2 decades, by the time you're an adult, 2 decades of perhaps mental confusion, being told what to do, who you are, how you should be, cognitive distortions. You know, you can be socialized in all kinds of brainwashed kind of ways that, you know, you can be very, very, very disconnected from your feelings by the time you're an adult. And then you got to learn a whole process of uncovering all that stuff and uncovering all that stuff while you manage to live an adult life. And that's asking a lot. That's asking a whole lot. And then, you know, many of us, we only got resources to, you know, if you are fortunate, you can pay a therapist, but lots of people don't have those kinds of resources. So, yeah, so mm, what's coming up for me right now is I could give everybody a break. I'm really fortunate, you know. It's a real fortunate thing to be someone who can be puffing on this vape and teaching people about their feelings and processing stuff. My class, my class this week, uh, you know, I just straight up told everybody I was really worried about the hurricane and because my family lives really near there and just cried. I mean, I cried twice in class and everyone said, thank you for crying. I just thought that was such a gift that I live in a world where people say, thank you for crying. There are other places where people would tell you to suck it up. You know, oh, let's get over that, you know. You should have gotten over that by now, you know, or, you know, just this real insensitive thing. So I'm just, what a gift. What a gift. All the painful things I ever went through in life brought me to this place where I'm here right now doing what I'm doing. So, what a gift. Okay, so let's do that worksheet. Let's do that worksheet. Now, since I'm noticing here, we just have wonderful Aiden here. I'm gonna give Aiden some choices. Oh wait, there's a chat here too. Oh, hope my family is okay. Well, well, it's a complicated story. My family is not in my life. 3 years ago, we had the falling out of a lifetime. I love them very much, but I've decided since they are just deadbeat set on not getting help for things, I wish them the best of luck, but I'm moving forward in a different direction in my life. And that's so I don't have to say all the details of what I found out. But yeah, so like I'm worried about them, but also I don't want any updates. So I have to kind of like manage this worry, but I also got to let it go because I have no control. And control was the big issue I learned last week, was to let go of control. Also let go of control of thinking you can always control your feeling. Things are going to come up as they come up, you know? And the other thing I learned super importantly is how to communicate and honor my emotional boundaries. Every single one of them. The people who are closest to you in your life are the ones you got to do the most amount of work in teaching people how to honor your boundaries, because they're the ones who are going to violate your boundaries the most often. Yes, yes. Well, it's the truth. Yeah, it's the truth. Okay, yeah. So it's just really important to get good at discussing what a boundary is for you, what the violation is if people don't honor your boundaries, making sure you enforce those violations, whatever they are, all of that. Yeah, all of that. That changed my life. Okay, and then that led to me to decide to say, thank you very much, family, for 30 years of health and the good times. And I wish you the best. And I'm changing my phone number. So I love you. And I hope you survived the hurricane. And I changed my phone number a year ago. And I'm also I got my last name removed also. So now I'm legally just Donny. Okay. Thank you, state of California. So, you know what? They might tie into this worksheet actually. So let's keep going. Let's keep going. So just for the fun of it, I'm going to say my situation out loud, because I was going to do this all internal, but you know what? Let's just go for it. Let's just, I need this. Yeah, okay. Thank you. Okay, so let's start with number one. I'm tired with ignorant people, because people would rather judge and discriminate against others instead of grow, learn, and change. We go down to the 4 questions here, and we go one by one. So 1, is that true? We crystallize on a yes or no. Okay. Let me repeat it. I'm tired with ignorant people, because people would rather judge and discriminate against others instead of grow, learn, and change. Is that true? Yeah. Yes, it's true. Yes, I'm tired of it. Yes, it's true. Okay. Okay, number 2. Can you absolutely know that it's true? Yes or no? Can I absolutely know it's true? I'm tired with ignorant people, because people would rather judge and discriminate against others instead of grow, learn, and change. Can I absolutely know it's true? Well, I did just say earlier, you know, that my patience for people's growing was was not really in line with people's actual ability. I want people to do it in the microwave fashion, and people are much more of a slow bake. I did. People are a slow bake. People are definitely a slow bake. Okay, they're set in there, and it's a slow cook. It's a low temperature. Yeah. Okay, so that's not totally about people. That's about me. So I can't totally know it's true, but I gotta tell you, I really still want to say yes. It's a part of me that's just, I want to say yes. Okay, so I'm just gonna honor my yes, because I honor what you feel. Honor what you feel. That's what this is about. How do you react? What happens when you believe that thought? Okay, well, when I believe that thought, I feel angry, frustrated, tired, angry, frustrated, cycling through those feelings. What happens when I believe that thought? I just want to like literally put people on a boat and then like drop a bomb on the boat and then get rid of people. That's what I want to do. Obliterate people. I want to obliterate people. That's what I want to do. Okay, well, that's some good information there. Then number 4, who or what would you be without the thought? Who or what would you be without the thought? So without this thought, who would I be? Without the thought, I'm tired with ignorant people because people would rather judge and discriminate against others instead of grow, learn, and change. Who would I be without that thought? You know what? I don't know. And I don't have an answer for that. My answer is I don't know. And that's my answer. And that's okay. I don't know. Okay. I was kind. I was kind to myself there. Okay, the next one is, so the next part of the process is we turn it around to ourself, to the other, and then any kind of opposites. Okay, and then we visualize each one for how it could be true. Okay, so this is the open-mindedness part. Okay, so the first one is to the self. Turn this statement out to be about myself. So I am tired with ignorant people. I am tired with me because I would rather judge and discriminate against me instead of grow, learn, and change about people. Okay, so let's take a moment on that. I am tired with me because I would rather judge and discriminate against me instead of grow, learn, and change. And okay, so honor whatever comes up for you, because you might have a hell no. Nah. Those moments where you say no are golden. They're really worth sitting in, dipping into, breathing into to see what comes up. Because we're going to try to find just one way all of these things are true, right? Well, I'll be honest with you. If we keep it, I am tired with me because I would rather judge and discriminate against others instead of grow, learn, and change. I completely agree with that statement. That's a totally true statement. I'm getting really tired of judging other people. I'm really getting tired of being disappointed in like the world as ignorant, as racist, as you know. I'm really getting tired and disappointed. Maybe we could toss in transphobic. I want to toss that in too. That's a huge one. That's bugging the fuck out of me. just all kinds of gender phobic, gender normative phobia, Nazi gender normative phobia. Even seeing like Melania in that like military outfit, can't read a teleprompter. Oh, okay. But I know but it is true. I'm tired with me. This feeling is tiring me. That's for sure. Absolute. 100. 100. Okay. I'm trying to grow, learn, and change. That's why I'm doing this. I'm trying to. So I might have to drop that thinking. I recognize that I'm working on it. I'm working on it. Okay. Okay. Next is to the other. Okay, so ignorant people are tired with me because I would rather judge and discriminate against them. Let's see. Ignorant people are tired with me because I would rather judge and discriminate. See, I said people and others. That kind of means the same thing, right? So I would rather just judge and discriminate against them instead of grow, learn, and change. People are tired with me. Well, nobody likes a constant complainer, I can tell you that. You might call it truth, but you know, some people just call it nagging. That would be true. Professional nagger could definitely be on my resume, I can tell you that. I have a whole PhD to back up my nagging, I can tell you that. I feel something, but it's still down there in the murkiness. But I don't know. I can't bring it up yet. So okay. Well, anyway, I get that. So let's do the next one. Next one is any kind of opposites. So let's see. What's the opposite of tired? Tired, opposite of tired, energetic. I am energetic with ignorant people because people would rather judge and discriminate against others. Yes, I am energetic. I get pissed. If I didn't say tired, I would have said pissed. I'm tired of being pissed, so I feel tired. That's true. Absolutely. Okay. Let me try one other turnaround here. I'm tired with smart people because people would rather judge and discriminate instead of grow, learn, and change. You know, I have met many people who are Ivy League educated and they're totally still racist. um, uh, yeah, I mean, living here in the Bay Area, that's for sure. And I know plenty of people who are in these like Buddhist groups who are, for all the intents of coming to a space to learn things. The moment something gets introduced and makes you feel even the slightest bit uncomfortable, you go, nope, shut it down. Not even gonna try something new. Absolutely. Often many of these Buddhist groups in the Bay Area, we don't even go to other things. They're just kind of just pick one thing and just kind of do it over and over again. I did that. There's like all sorts of, there's like 20 Buddhist groups here in the Bay Area, but we all don't know each other at all. So, I mean, I'm judging them, but I mean, I could look at me right there, huh? I mean, I did that once. I sat in on a Buddhist three. I sat in on for a year. I was part of a Vietnamese service. Did that back in Baton Rouge. It was very hard. It was very hard. I learned a lot though. I'm pretty sure the monk was gay too, but he wouldn't open up about it. And I don't know. But anyway, I can tell you some funny stories though. Oh, it's one time I went to a funeral. That's not funny, but the funeral was for a 6-year-old girl. That's also not funny. Then, as the priest started preaching and preaching, at the end of every line, he kept saying, fucking, 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 over and over and over again. And I was like, whoa, what the hell? Why is this man saying this over and over again? And then, after about the 20th time he said it, and I was holding back all these weird feelings of like laughter and nervousness, I realized the word fucking must be the Vietnamese word for Buddha. It must be the word for Buddha. And then it turns out I was right. So I just thought that was really funny. I learned a lot about culture right there. Mm. Yeah, that's a moment of I got some education out of my ignorance. I could say that. I could say that. Yeah, I could say that. Hmm. And I'm a smart person. Hey, okay. We're all guilty of ignorance, right? Well, something. I tried learning Vietnamese for a while there too, and it was very hard. Mm. Let's just try one more because I just want to just really go for all of this here. I am tired with ignorant people because people would rather grow, learn, and change instead of judge and discriminate against others. People would rather grow, learn, and change. Well, yeah. I mean, that's what I'm doing. That's why I'm going back to school. That's why I do all the stuff I do. That's why anybody who would be involved in a helping profession would do that. Why teachers do what they do. Um, I mean, who the hell is ignorant people? We're all ignorant of something, so I have to kind of draw a line around certain kinds of knowledge to call them ignorant people. I mean, I've met teachers I would call ignorant, right? And I've met Trump supporters I would call educated. About, yeah. So the things that make us want to grow, learn, and change are often some of the hugest motivations of our life, actually. Sometimes those things are also other people. Other people make us want to grow, learn, and change. Okay, let's see. That's the process, right? So let's see what we keep learning. We're going to do that for all of these questions. Number 2, I want ignorant people to listen to others, be hella more respectful, value education. Is that true? Hey, by the way, let me put this chat window over here so I can just keep you up here. In case you got anything you want to say, please feel free. I want ignorant people to listen to others, be hella more respectful, value education. Is that true? You know, there's a part of me that wants to just give a hallelujah yes to that one, okay? Oh, yes. Can you absolutely know that's true? Can I absolutely know it's true? I want ignorant people to listen to others, be hella more respectful, value education. Can I absolutely know that's true? The only thing that comes up for me is people don't listen. People ain't gonna listen if they don't want to listen. If people don't want to listen, they don't listen. That's how listening works. If you don't really want to listen, you just don't. The ears go plop, and then you don't listen, right? You focus on other stuff. You hear other things in your mind, right? You just focus on what you're hearing in your own mind. If you don't want to listen, you're not going to take in a whole lot. So that's just kind of like that's hopeless. That's what comes up for me. However, that being said, I still want to say yes. Yes, ignorant people need to listen. Okay, yes. How do I react when I believe that thought? Okay, I'm angry. I am angry. I am demanding, tense, frustrated. All that. Just boom. Who would I be without that thought? Without the thought, I want ignorant people to listen to others, be hella more respectful and value education. Without that thought, I don't know. I don't know. Sometimes that's all you can give. I don't know. Maybe I'd be a better listener. How about that? Maybe I'd be more respectful to them. Maybe I'd be getting an education by being a better listener. How about that? That would be something. That's something. That would make me probably a much more patient person. That would be something. Okay, I feel you on that. Okay, turn it around to the self. I want me to listen to me. I want me to listen to others. No, yeah, okay, right. I just said that, right? Yeah, so I want me to be hella more respectful. Be hella more respectful. I want me to be hella more respectful to ignorant people, huh? How is that true? How is that true? I want me to be hella more respectful to ignorant people. Well, I definitely want to put them in a space where I'm not so bothered. That's the respect I got. I don't want to live in a constant state of mental stress about them. I want to be in a relaxed state where they're in a good place or they're somewhere and I ain't worried about it. So that's respectful. I'm not saying set them on fire. I'm not saying the only solution is to get a gun and go to a protest and start shooting people. No, no, didn't say that. Give them a space where they're doing good. I'm not bothered. That's hella more respectful. I want me to value education. Now, what comes up for me when I say that immediately is that, I've been thinking about all these politics, and I've made a conscious decision. I'm not watching the news from now until the election because my mental health just got to a very scary state last week with this hurricane. So I am rebuilding and healing, and the news is not helping in that regard. So no news until no news until self-care is done. Okay, unless it happens outside my window. So, and this is a first for me, really, turning the news off for that long. So I think it's a really good self-care practice. I did it for a month back in January, and it really helped a lot. I realized I only had 3 things that month I really cared about. So there was a solid 20 plus days I could have not watched the news. So there you go. Well, what comes up for me is that we need to all get along in this country. We're all, part of the United States. And the more we argue with each other, that's really causing a problem. That's a major problem. The more we get along, the more we can facilitate everybody doing better. So, I really feel like, how can we talk to each other? What can we do to make that happen? We don't need to be just having an election. We need to be having like a whole dialogue. So we're a family, the whole United States is essentially like a family, if you saw it that way anyway. And if that's true, if everybody's voice matters anyway in a family, then what can we do to, make space for everybody's voice to be heard and what they need respected? And if people's issues conflict each other like they do sometimes in a family, how can we smooth those conflicts out? How can we mediate those conflicts so both parties get, chunks of what they wanted, And if anything, incentives to hope for the other one's success, and encouragement for success. A healthy family dynamic, right? So I don't know. The fact that we focus it all on an election kind of lends itself to a dialogue of arguing instead of a dialogue of learning about each other and educating from each other. So anyway, in that sense, I value education. I value education a lot more than I value politics. I mean, another thing I could say to that from a more critical perspective is, if politics are supposed to be all about the rich versus the poor and what happens with taxes, we don't need to be arguing out, conservative versus liberal like values. We should be arguing out where the hell is all the money going and lining up around that issue, just having direct conversations about the money, which often gets, put away over these more other, social issues, which are not really central exactly to how government runs. But anyway, those are my thoughts on all that. Okay, that was some education right there. Boom. And I got that education because I was focusing on ignorant people. I come from Louisiana, and there's a lot of Republican people who I would label as ignorant. The bubbas of the world are what we call the Boudreaux and Thibodeaux. And Boudreaux and Thibodeaux are always really big on having fun. You don't want them running your government. They shouldn't be teaching a class maybe, but the people to party with, I don't know, I'm reaching, but okay. Let's see. So let's try the other one. Ignorant people want me to listen to others. Yeah, I guess so. Be hella more respectful. Yeah, I suppose. Value education. One thing I'll say, being here in Santa Cruz, what's clear to me is Santa Cruz is a party school. School is out right now because of COVID-19. However, there's enough students that I can get a general gist of what the climate must kind of be like. I'm sensing a large party school, and which is a nice way of saying I'm sensing some pretty fucking stupid people. Wow, like some conversations I've heard at this beach when I go to the beach, like, holy smokes, some dumbasses, some real dumbasses, okay? And actually, it seems like it's cool to be as dumbassed as possible. That's how beach culture kind of works. Because if you're going to hang out all day on the beach, you really want to sit and have a whole bunch of super critical conversation, or do you want to, like, say a bunch of dumb stuff and party and giggle? It seems like people opt for giggle. So anyway, and the beach is like the main thing, like the only thing going on here. So, well, those people would definitely like me to be respectful to their time. They just want to lay back and enjoy the beach. They don't want to think, get critical. They would want that. They would want me to be hella more respectful. Some of these people wouldn't want me being on their beach at all. They would want that. I can honor that as the truth of what they would want. Mm-hmm. Okay, now let's try another one. I want ignorant people to listen to me. No, let's see. I don't want ignorant people to listen to others. Well, I don't want ignorant people to listen to others. I don't want them to be more respectful. I don't want them to value education. Let's see, that's hard. That's hard. I don't want them to listen to others. Well, they're being honest if they don't listen to others. They're doing what they're honest, the truth. They're not faking it. I mean, faking it doesn't solve anything, right? That wouldn't solve anything at all. Put a Band-Aid on a wound. Band-Aid on a bullet wound. So they're not faking it. So that's good. I don't want them to be more respectful. That would be the honesty thing again. That's all I got. That's all I got on that one. And I don't want them to value education. Okay, now that's hard. I don't want them to value education. How is that true? Well, I mean, it's genuine. I always felt like if you're being a genuine redneck is always, I think, much more appreciated than being a sophisticated phony, a fake sophisticated person. Like people value authenticity far more than they value even education. People value authenticity. Grandma might not have been able to get an education, right? Grandma had to work for other people all her life. Very little access to any education at all. But grandma probably kept it real. And everybody loves grandma. But if, you go off to Harvard and come back from Harvard and you're an asshole to people, nobody's going to value that. You can say all kinds of stuff. You can say the wisest stuff in the world, but nobody will sit around and listen to it. Authenticity matters more than education. I have to give Donald Trump some credit because he's a horrible human being, but he was so authentic, authentically horrible. Barack Obama is a polished guy. Barack Obama is extremely authentic also. But Barack Obama is authentic within the range of a politician. Whereas I'd say Donald Trump is a genuinely authentic, corrupt third world dictator, honest, okay? And it exposes a lot of how messed up the system is when someone's that honest. Truth really helps. Truth can really help to, just reveal what's going on, All these polished speeches Obama gave, but nothing really changed. Whereas Donald Trump made change happen. A lot of taxes got cut for rich people. He did it. Said he'd do it. He said he said those things about those people. He said he built that wall. He did it. He made sure a lot of people lost their, they got embezzled out of their money. Steve Bannon made sure they swindled money out of it, but he still did it. Corrupt to the core, but he kept his word. So I don't know, you know. It's like that's our politics, but there you go. Hmm. Education, education, education. Okay, let's keep going. Ooh, let's go a little quicker here. My heart. Ooh. So let's see. Ignorant people should not be racist or sexist. You know what? Let me just get to the point here. I can feel this is going somewhere. And what it is that if I keep focusing on them, I'll always find something to complain about. If I focus on my life, I got stuff to work on, deal with, make sense of, make peace. I might be able to get somewhere with that over time. But if I'm always focusing on them, I will always feel negative feelings because I can't do anything. I'm moving into a space where I feel helpless. That's what this is. That's the point of this. I can tell you right now. I still feel stuff coming up, but I can tell you that's where this is going, where this is going. Okay, where this is coming, where this is going. Ignorant people should not be racist or sexist of any kind. They should open their minds and hearts. They should make the world a better place. They shouldn't be stinky, racist assholes who make life harder for me. Is that true? Is that true? Yeah, they shouldn't make life harder for me. They shouldn't make life harder for me. That's why I wrote this the way I did. I knew I still have stuff. They shouldn't make life harder for me. They shouldn't make life harder for me. You're damn right. Mm-hmm. Shouldn't be racist. They should open their minds and hearts. They'd make the world a better place if they did. Yes. Can I absolutely know that it's true? Can I absolutely know that it's true? Well, again, I'm focusing on them. I just jumped right back into that. I just jumped right back into that, and I felt shitty again. Oh. Now, I still want to say yes, but I got to tell you, I feel like a lot of the fight, a lot of the fight just came out of me just now. I still want to say yes. Okay, fine, fine. How do you react when you believe that thought? I'm fighting. I'm fighting. I'm in someone else's business. I'm fighting. I'm in someone else's business. I'm fighting. I'm building up so much energy inside myself that's just not helping me at all. I can fully acknowledge that from that thought. And who would I be without the thought? Who would I be without the thought? Well, I'd be someone who maybe there'd be less fight. There'd be less fight, you know? Less trying to frustrate myself. Less fight. Oh. Oh. Give up the fight. Give up the fight. Give up the fight. Give up the fight. One step at a time. Okay, let's turn that thought around then. ignorant people, I should not be racist or sexist or any kind of ist. Let's try this. I should not be racist or sexist or any kind of ist towards ignorant people. And what comes up for me on that is ignorant people are all kinds of shapes and sizes. I've met, cis ignorant people, and I've met trans ignorant people. I've met white ignorant people and ignorant people of color. Candace Owens. I've met, rural ignorant people and urban ignorant people. Educated and not educated. Street smart ignorant people. I shouldn't limit who belongs into that category. There are, like I said, Trump, crackheads. Who else I would label ignorant people? Nazis, KKK people, Bubbas, Boudreaux and Thibodeaux, who periodically have moments of wisdom and insight and can offer help and benefit to the world in some capacity. I mean, this is coming up for me right now. I don't like it, but it's coming up. That even Hitler, even the horrible people, the dictators of the world, offer us something. I mean, at one point they were just children, right? They made somebody smile. If I search, I can find something good in anybody, a skin flake somewhere. A skin flake turns into soil that nurtures a clover in the ground. Something. So I should be open-minded toward what is ignorant. And also I guess I should just be open-minded to the fact that I'm labeling people as ignorant. And how is that helping anybody? That's not helping nobody. That's not even helping me get in touch with what's going on. And if I got in touch with that, I would say it's really a defense mechanism. Judgment is always a defense mechanism. So I feel in danger by that ignorance. So I'm trying to protect myself, try to be in control using judgment. Okay, because the next part of this is I should open my mind and heart. I should make the world a better place. Okay, I get that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's a coping mechanism. 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 I do this to feel safe. I do this to feel safe. I don't even have to change it. I'm just going to just tap into that with some phrases. I do this to feel safe. 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 I don't have to judge them. Focus it back on me. I do this to feel safe. I shouldn't be a stinky racist asshole who makes life harder for me. That's right. Absolutely. Make it easier for me. Make it easier for me. I do this to feel safe. I do this to feel safe. I do this because safety is important to me. I show myself love by doing this. I show myself love by keeping myself safe. Just building a vocabulary. I'm building a vocabulary. That's gonna help. That's gonna help. Okay, and that's on the next turnaround. Next turnaround. Um, I guess another turnaround, if I made it really more directly toward me, would be I should not be racist or sexist. Any kind of is toward me. I shouldn't be racist toward me. I shouldn't be racist toward me or sexist toward me. Well, I definitely, as a genderqueer person, have all sorts of issues around embracing like femininity as an AMAB and feeling comfortable with that, especially presenting queer, presenting girly. It's something I stress out over and have to learn how to give myself a lot of love through, that's for sure. And equally so, I've been through plenty of negative experiences with white people that have absolutely made me bitter to race and to whiteness, where I make white people go through hurdles that I would never make other people go through, or I'm much friendlier to people of color, or I make negative assumptions about white people, and that's not too radically different than the negative assumptions white people would make about a person of color. I mean, my assumptions are not necessarily backed up by 500 years of history, so it's not exactly the same thing in the larger structural sense, but in the terms of my feelings right here, right now, in this moment, it's judgment. I can own that. It's judgment. And it's energy that I'm putting into that to keep myself safe. It's sort of like I don't have 500 years of history to back up my judgment, so I have to back it up with all this stress. Yeah. Walls of stress. Mm. Oh, wow. Mm. Oh. Mm. Oh. Mm. Walls of stress. Oh my God, that is so true. I have so much walls of stress around all this. That's so not kind to me. That's so not kind to me. One thing about complaining I will say is it's a great way to get your feelings out, but it doesn't go the full circle, right? Like I grew up in a family that complained. Now that's why I do it, because I grew up in a family that did it. But you don't go full circle with the feelings. You have to discharge the feeling. You have to translate it into directly into a feeling. Let yourself process it through your whole body. Trying to find positive ways to work through the feeling. Those are all important parts of it, right? And I really think for a lot of us as people of color, or especially us as African Americans, grew up in slavery for so long, I think there's just a lot of just so many things you couldn't do, that were healthy or anything at all to deal with your life's problems. So I feel like Black people came up with a lot of coping mechanisms, survival coping mechanisms as a way of being that a lot of us got to do healing, got to heal through. Our generations have to do it. The other ones were just concerned, the previous ones were concerned with survival. We're not that far off, frankly. Most of us are not that far off from survival. Okay. Okay, let's try one more turnaround here. Ignorant people should be racist, sexist, all the ists. They should not open their minds and heart. They should not make the world a better place. They should be stinky racist assholes who make life harder for me. Okay, how was any truth in that? What came up immediately was, well, they can't do that. I mean, they're the ignorant people, so that's literally the people who can't do that. They can't do any of those things. So that's it. They're going to be racist, sexist. They're not going to open their minds and hearts. They're not going to make the world a better place. Yeah, that's what ignorant people do. The hater's going to hate. That's how haters work. That's how the hate playbook is written. So they should be the stinky racist assholes of the world. If the world needed that, it would have to be them. Preferably not me. So better them. Make life harder for me. Oh, that's hard though. That's a hard one. That's a ooh. They should make life harder for me. That's a How is that true? Should make life harder for me. Certainly, I'm getting some insight out of this, and I wouldn't have gotten it unless they made it hard. Funny enough, I've never written a worksheet on this, despite writing 15 million worksheets in the last 7 years of my life. The feelings had to come up the way they're coming up right now, I guess, you know? They should make life harder for me. Well, the harder life gets, I find you're more willing to abandon your plan or your thoughts about how life should go, and you have to embrace how life's actually going. That's been my observation about life. You learn a lot more about how life's actually going when you're willing to let go of your plan. When you're holding on to your plan, though, you might not see how life's going at all. You can be blinded. You can be all kinds of blind to the reality of things when you're caught up in your plan. And you know, when I'm saying this, I'm thinking like my career, but other people, that's like their plan was a husband, right, and a family, and then your plan blew up. And not till your plan blows up are you willing to face reality, right? That's just that is often the way of it. So sometimes people make life harder for you because it's time for your plan to blow up. It's time for your plan to blow up. It's time to learn. It's time to school is in session. Okay, I feel you on that. I hear you, universe. Okay. Okay, let's keep going. I need ignorant people to learn some shit or go the fuck away. To self-select for annihilation so I don't have to deal with petty stuff like racism when the literal planet is on fire. Is that true? Now, I gotta tell you, at this point, I'm not feeling the sting of it. I still kind of want them to self-select for annihilation. It would be easier. I definitely feel that way. You know, I definitely feel that way. It would be easier. But the sting, the anger behind it isn't there right now. I will say that. Do I want them to learn some shit or go the fuck away? I definitely want them to learn. I definitely would like them to be further away from me if they don't learn. I will say I'm not as angry about it. I'm just taking that in right now. Okay. And so I don't have to deal with petty stuff like racism when the literal planet is on fire. I still feel like that's true. I don't want to deal with racism and the planet is on fire. I also feel like I can breathe for just a few seconds more to work through these feelings before I just push the big red button and just vaporize them all. I definitely feel like I can breathe just a few. I'm gonna have 3 full. Oh, 3 full breaths. 3 full breaths. I don't need to push the button. I don't feel like I need to push the button today. I don't need to push the button today to just annihilate them. I don't need to push the button today. I'm gonna think about pushing that button. I can hold off till tomorrow. Okay. I went from 3 breaths. I went from pushing the button. I already pushed it. I wanted them to push it already. Okay. I went from that to 3 breaths to tomorrow. Okay. That's something. Okay. Oh, you know what? I might have to give them just a few days to think about the consequences of their actions, at least before they push the button, right? So let's just stretch it out for, a day, a holiday, a weekend, right? Give them a weekend. Give them a weekend. Everybody deserves a weekend. Everybody deserves a weekend. Working class people fought hard to have a 5-day work week and a 2-day weekend. Everyone deserves a weekend. Hmm. Oh. Oh. Ooh, wow. Hmm. Okay, everyone deserves the beach and a 2-day weekend. A day at the beach, a vacation, or something, a relaxing moment. Everyone deserves a chance to just sip on something and lay back for a little bit. Even the most ignorant person in the world, even just David Duke himself, he deserves just a day to go to the beach, sip on something, have a nice time before he needs to push the button to self-annihilate. Okay, no, I can't absolutely know it's true. I can't absolutely know it's true. I can't absolutely know it's true. How do I react? I mean, I'm still ready to annihilate them. I got to pull myself bit by bit to give them a chance. Bit by bit. It makes me petty. It makes me petty. It makes me petty. Mm, 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 mm. Yeah, I feel that. I feel that. And who would I be without that thought? Without that thought, well, I'd be less petty. I can definitely say that. I can go there. Maybe more patient. More patient, right? I made it to 3 days, 2 day, a weekend, and beach time for annihilation, before annihilation. So maybe I'd make it 3 days. Maybe I'd make it a whole week. Who knows? Okay, let's turn it around. I need to learn some shit or go the fuck away. Mm. 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 Oh. Mm. Mm. Let's keep going. I need me to self-select for annihilation so I don't have to deal with petty stuff. When the literal planet is on fire, when the literal me is on fire, I don't even know what's coming up right now. Oh, all the frustration I've been feeling around this, around feeling helpless. That's what this is. I need me to learn some shit or go the fuck away. I need to learn that if I keep dealing with my feelings like this, these feelings of helplessness, if I keep stuffing them down and not dealing with them, this is what I'm gonna feel like. Dealing with things by stuffing them down, judging other people. I need to go the fuck away with that. Focus back on my life. Get in touch with my vulnerability. What's really going on inside instead of bottling it up. I need to annihilate. I need to self-select and annihilate the part of me that is, blocking my feelings up, catastrophizing the situation, judging other people to deal with my feelings. Bring it back to what am I feeling? What am I really feeling here? It's hard to feel helpless. Oh, it's really hard to feel helpless. That's a hard ass feeling. But as a baby, we would have felt that feeling all the time. All the time, which is why as adults, we run from it like the plague. And especially if you've been through anything traumatic, you will run from that feeling like the plague. Oh, yeah. Yeah, let's try another turnaround. I need ignorant people to learn nothing and stay. Learn nothing and stay. I immediately thought of like my grandparents. That's funny. To permanently stay around, to permanently stay and grow. So I do have to deal with petty stuff when the planet's on fire. To stay around, to learn nothing and stay around and grow. So I do have to deal with the petty stuff. I'll say this. This is what comes up. The petty stuff is often what's real. All those feelings that came up just now, that was real. The petty stuff is what you're really feeling. The stuff that often we call it petty, but it's because the undercurrent is not petty. The undercurrent is often very much real, not petty stuff, real feelings. Having to deal with real people is hard. People are much easier to deal with on paper, behind a screen. Somewhere, behind I close my door and think about how annoying people are. Dealing with people is hard. Dealing with real people is hard. All people are hard. People are hard. Life is hard. Learning about yourself is hard. People are hard. People are complicated. Complicated, interwoven, stuck in patterns. We're expansive and ever thinking, but yet also limited and stuck in our patterns and ways. People are everything. People are everything. People are everything. But if you just focus on the parts that you want to change about people, then you're never going to see that. Yeah, you'll just see what's wrong with them all the time. And that's easy. That's easy to do. But it's a choice anyway, is my point. It's a choice. I could choose to focus on other things or not focus on people at all, or I don't I don't totally know yet. I don't totally know yet. Actually, what did I say earlier? I should open my mind and heart. That's what I said. Okay. So that's what I'm just going to keep doing. I'm going to stop talking. Just open my mind and heart. Open my heart. Open my heart. Make the world a better place. Make my inner world a better place. Open my heart. Don't need an answer. Give it time and space and rest. I definitely want some rest after this. Definitely going to have a nice glass of wine after this, for sure. Hey, do you have a question? You want to say something? Hey, your microphone's on. Your microphone's muted.
Oh, thank you. I thank you for sharing all that, because I was doing the exercise, and instead of ignorant people, I was going to say aggressive people. But it was there was a lot of similarities. And then the turnaround questions were helpful. And I can see how some of the emotions that come up can be emotional. Just bring up different feelings.
Can we do the rest of it together? Is that okay?
Which part?
Let's just finish the final two.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, let's throw in aggressive, because I think it all applies for sure. So what do you think of them? Ignorant people, aggressive people are petty, lame, ignorant, mean, unhelpful, short-sighted, limited, dumb, worthless scum, bags of hot, worthless air, a waste of my beautiful self, my good time, space, and energy. Is that true? Is that true? Is that true? Is that true? No. I want to say yes to the last part, the waste of my beautiful self. But what comes up for me is, especially since I cried up all that stuff around petty, what comes up for me is I'm wasting my beautiful self. I'm the one who's ignorant, because I'm the one who's wasting my energy on ignorant people instead of bringing that energy back into me. I'm judging them, so that's making me mean. And it's certainly making me unhelpful. After a few negative interactions, you turn off the people pretty fast. So that's short-sighted, limited. It's limited. Open your heart, 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 open your heart. I mean, dumb is always a judgment. Dumb is always a judgment. Worthless scum's obviously a judgment. I mean, am I helping anybody by calling them worthless scum? The moment you call somebody dumb, you limit yourself to even learning anything about them. I become a bag of hot, worthless air and a waste of my beautiful self, time, space, and energy. And I put all this energy into focusing on ignorant people, aggressive people. I become aggressive, aggressively fearful. Whew. Aggressively angry, aggressively bitter, aggressively resentful. Aggressively revengeful. Aggressively victimized. Limited, short-sighted, unhelpful, mean. A waste of my beautiful self, my good time, space, and energy. Let's try another opposite. Let's see, what would be the opposite of petty? What's the opposite of petty? Like magnanimous, the larger picture. The opposite of petty be like kind of like a larger, generous. Large and generous. Large and generous. Let's go with that. Entitled. Oh, entitled. Entitled. Ignorant people are entitled. What's the opposite of lame? In the know. Chic. Chic. Ignorant people are chic. Well, it seems to be popular among certain people, that's for sure. Ignorant people, what's the opposite of ignorance? Smart. Ignorant people are smart. Well, they're not thinking too hard. That's less stress. I'll give you that. Also, I just put in the category of ignorant people, anyone who drinks Bud Light, who drinks crappy American beer, that they fall in that category too. So I always see people relaxing and drinking Bud Light. Blech. Okay, but that's smart. Bud Light's cheap though. You can drink a lot of Bud Light real cheaply. Ignorant people are smart. They're relaxing, not thinking too hard. Paps, MGD, all of it for real. Although I do have to say, if you ever go to Canada, they brew all those things by Canadian standards, and they actually taste really good in Canada. But you gotta go to Canada, so. Okay, let's try one more. Let's try a few more. I had a lot of adjectives for these people. I was very judgmental here, so I really went for it. Helpful. How are ignorant people helpful? They're relaxing. They're teaching me how to relax. Okay, I'll give you that. Short-sighted, long-term thinking. Ignorant people have long-term thinking now. Let's see. How's that true? Ignorant people have long-term thinking. I feel like the long-term thinking is in if you don't think too hard and you're not that smart, then you really can't build that much up. So you keep it at a pretty low level. Were it not for like the geniuses, the Einsteins that show up in our world, humankind may not never have evolved very far. We haven't evolved very far because of ignorant people. It took people willing to break through their ignorance and go out and explore to make the world what it is. Oh, wait a minute. I meant the opposite of that, though. Long-term thinking. Ignorant people are long-term thinking. Well, they maintain the simplicity of society. How about that? They maintain the simplicity of things. We need people in the world who go out and explore, and people in the world who maintain the simplicity. Okay, and that's smart. Okay, that's smart. Everybody needs nobody needs to be challenged all the time to go out in the world. You need a place where you can just kind of be still and relax. Okay. Still feel a little rub going on there somewhere. And then finally, I don't ever want to feel so helpless when I have all the tools, but someone won't take them or listen, so things keep getting worse. Is that true? Is that true? I feel like Corona has gotten worse over time. I don't know about Corona. I don't drink Coronas anymore. I kind of gave up on them a few years ago. Is that true? I don't want to feel so helpless when I have all the tools, but someone won't take them. Now, I want to say yes to that. That literally just happened to me in my life last week. About something else. So I am willing to feel those feelings because I'm missing the life lesson. The life lesson is other people are not my business, right? I can only do what I can do. If I keep focusing on what's other people and their ignorance, I'm always going to be frustrated. Always, always. They're always going to measure up as not good enough. Always. That's something to sit with, for sure. Okay, so then we replace statement 6 with the words, I don't ever want, okay, with I am willing to and I look forward to. So, I don't ever want to feel so helpless. I am willing to feel so helpless when I have all the tools, but someone won't take them and listen and things keep getting worse. I am willing. One reason why I am willing. Because I need to learn the lesson here is to let go. Let go. Focus on you. Take care of you. You ain't got it all solved. You don't know what someone else's journey needs to look like. You're making assumptions about that. And you're saying you're trying to help them. And sometimes you're not trying to help them really. You're really trying to help you. So don't try to help you through them. Just focus on helping you. Cut out the middleman. And I look forward to feeling so helpless. I have all the tools, but someone won't take them or listen, and things keep getting worse. I look forward to it. How is that true? How is that true? Well, because if I'm doing that, then it means I'm doing something wrong, and I need to look at what's going on so I can make some better decisions. I need to get in touch with these feelings so I can make some better decisions instead of wasting my energy focusing on what's not helping me, what's not working out for me. The moment I feel like things are not really working out, I don't need to continue making left turns. I need to stop, sink in and listen and get real and get concrete and make some changes and get real honest with myself. I mean, the world may or may not ever change. I got no control over that, right? I mean, who knows? Next year, all of America might be interracial and queer. But if not, then if not, then I got to learn how to make peace with the world and find some happiness and stuff, right? So that's still my job. So that's the case. That's the case. So let me get started. It all get much worse also. And I still got to figure out how to manage my thoughts and feelings. No one else is going to manage my thoughts and feelings. I have to do it. That's how it works. So then I do look forward to it, because if those feelings come up, it's time for me to do the work. Absolutely, 100%. I can do this process and get in touch with what's coming up and cry the rest of it out. Absolutely, and it's gonna keep coming up until I do that. Yeah. Okay. All right, wonderful people. I know we went a little over. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your time and your attention. I really appreciated you sitting along. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for that. So next week, are you doing the first one again or something else?
Well, since you asked, if you want, you can have a choice if you like. So I'm debating it right now. But I was planning on doing an advanced class. I have a series of 4 other exercises. So every week we do one of them on a more advanced topic. So the first one next week is on inner baby work, which is all about self-soothing exercises.
I would be up for advanced.
Cool. Okay. Well, if you go to Meetup, it's actually right there. It's already posted.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's a different Zoom link, just so you know. But let me check that to make sure I posted the link in the password.
Are you going to post the updated Zoom link?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
And it's okay to print your what you shared.
100%. Absolutely.
Okay. And then when are you coming to the the meditation sit again?
So sometimes I do have to say I led a few groups at SIT and did some of these exercises, and there was a mixed bag at how they were received. A lot of people perceive some of this as being a little too intense for them, and so I'm trying to kind of focus more on setting up my own practice. You know, the teachers at the SIT are people who've been doing this for many, many years, and then they figured out a way to organize like groups and retreats and that kind of thing. And I'm interested in seeing how I can kind of set up something like that for myself. Because I'm really convinced that this process, it's deep, it's very deep, but it's what will get you there. Whereas constantly sitting in silence and trying to, you know, the things we've been doing doesn't dig nearly as deep. So you're just constantly trying to heal. This stuff, I can tell you, you do these exercises in a few years, you'll be amazed. 1 year where you were from January to December will be night and day, you know?
I mean, when you did it during that sit that Monday, I liked it. I mean, it was intense, but I liked it. Was that just dealing with the emotions and kind of going through what you just did?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was intense, but I find it helpful.
Yeah.
So,
This is teaching me a lot about maybe creating a simpler version of it. So if I do teach the Monday sit again, it would be maybe more aimed towards simpler, easier exercises, but ones that are still just as informative. But I'm working on that. And at either rate, I'm learning how to do my own thing, and I really like that. I did a lot of like following groups for a long time. It took me till my late 30s to get to a place where I can do my own thing. So, yeah.
you should advertise this more.
So that is the next thing, is how do I do that? That's a good question. You know, I posted some on Facebook. I posted this thing on Meetup. I think maybe,
EBMC?
yeah, I could do a lot more posting at EBMC. Lots of
Are
other
you on the EBMC POC group?
I am.
Okay, post there.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Oh,
And then the LGBT alphabet.
Sangha.
Yeah, are you in that?
I'm not a regular member of that group, but I would love to get more of those people into this process. I would definitely post there too.
Okay.
This is the other thing, is I don't do media. I'm not I'm a guy who meditates and plays piano in my apartment. I'm a queer who meditates and plays piano in my apartment, so I got to learn media too. I mean, Jesus Christ.
I went to Hayward State too. When it was Hayward.
Back then, really?
Yeah, so.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
That building, there's a building that everybody talks about there that they bulldozed.
Which one?
It's where the parking lot is now. It overlooked the whole Bay Area.
Oh, I think I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah. Oh, I miss my office. I miss being on campus. I miss a lot of that. Teaching on Zoom is just, it's fine, but it's just not the same at all,
Definitely.
When you're talking about feelings, you want to be there. You want to be right there in someone's eyes, you want to be there.
Okay, see you next time. Thanks a lot.
All right, so yeah, feel free to come. I'll advertise, and we'll see if we can get more people.
Okay, cool.
Thank you so much. Take care.
Thank you. Have a good Sunday.
You too.
Bye.
Bye. All right, wonderful people. I just want to can I give some wrap up? I know this is a little longer than I would have normally done, but let me give some wrap up. That was a lot for me. Whew. Boof, boof, boof. What comes up for me is I have a lot loaded into the story of ignorant people, right? There's a lot of emotional investment I have as a way of buffering myself up against things that I feel like I don't like and I can't control. So the issue of buffering myself up against things that I don't like and can't control, this is a tactic I use for a lot of those things, right? You know, if I was going to get bullied, for example, in school, probably quickly judge that bully as stupid, lazy, mean. Stupid, lazy, mean. Okay, that's a way to protect myself against something I feel like I can't control. I made the same judgment toward my parents most of my life. You know, you just don't get it. You don't try hard enough. You're not open-minded. Ignorant. Ignorant. Couldn't change them. Hopeless. And I can see how that tactic is a great survival tactic for getting through a difficult childhood, but turns you into a person who can be very hard-hearted, someone who isn't really capable of working with someone through their ignorance because you're so tense and riled up and determined that people have to see it a certain way. There's these moments when I sink into one of these things and then my mind just goes total straight up blank. Like, I mean, like slate clean to nothing. Like I completely forget what we're even talking about, just goes total straight up blank. But it only lasts for like a second. Wow, that's amazing. Okay, all right. This was a lot. Okay, so the beautiful thing about this is I taught everyone a process. It's a process for getting in touch. It really, really works, okay? You can break this up into a million tiny little ways to get in touch with your feelings, or you can go through this whole process and really uproot something from the bottom up, okay? Okay. Several things came up that are really I'm gonna take with me from here. Opening your heart, open your heart, open your heart, open your heart. Right? Using judgment to protect myself. I'm protecting myself to feel safe. I use judgment to feel safe. I use judgment to feel safe. I need to be hella more respectful to me by not constantly focusing on ignorant people. Okay, so let's stop there. I think that's enough for tonight. My ego has been blown up enough. Until next time, if you're interested, like I said, please come to my advanced class next week. Otherwise, like I always say, it is your job to manage. It is your job to manage. I bought a new flat iron. I don't know if I said that earlier, but I bought a new flat iron. I'm very happy about this flat iron. It is your job to manage your social emotional health, social emotional life. No one else is going to do it for you. Donald Trump won't do it for you. You have to do it. So good luck. Okay. See you next week.